What's going on, everyone? We have a CH and Ty update. I'm going to let people get in here in a second, but what the court has pulled now is absolutely disgusting. If you haven't seen the video, we're going to share it, and then we're going to give everybody an update. Absolutely disgusting. So bear with me for 1 second. Everyone, welcome. So in case you didn't know, CH and Ty Audits, one of the people involved in that channel is Craig. He was arrested for conducting a constitutionally protected activity, an activity in which the judge agreed he was doing nothing wrong. There's Keebler. I can give you your mod there. So welcome, everyone. Please smash that like button on your way in. You can leave a comment in the comment section. Really appreciate the comments, the support. Make sure you give a thumbs up. We do have updates in this case. He has not been afforded certain rights under the color of law and under the appreciation of the Prisoners Reform Act of 2018. In the 2018 Prisoner Reform Act, it states that inmates shall get no less than 2 hours of recreation each day. He's been afforded 5-minute phone calls while he's been handcuffed. That's not the worst. They hold him in contempt, people. I'm going to play the video. Stick around. Let's watch a video, and then you're going to get the huge update that we have for you. So let's watch. I would love everyone to and by the way, they told him he can leave prison if he apologizes. Does that sound crazy, people? That's right. He can leave prison if he apologizes. So in the this is the case notes right here. I'm going to pull them up so you can see. Indiana's cases are all public record. So when you're looking at the case notes, you'll see that this was only filed today. He's been in there for 3 days, only filed today. Steve Harloha, welcome, brother. So you'll see the hearing notes. He was charged. Now the date of the crime was 5/2. This hasn't been updated until today. Order of hearing. He's been charged with interfering with the start of a court proceedings by delaying convening of court. He was outside. How the hell do you charge someone with delaying court when he's outside doing what the judge said he can do? That's fine. So 5-4 order of hearing. Order finding defendant in direct contempt of court and remands defendant to the custody of the Newton County Sheriffs for a period of 5 days, 5 actual days, and affords defendant the opportunity to purge himself of contempt at any time over the next 5 days. So let me explain to you what a soldier, what an absolute dog Craig from CH and Ty Audits is. What this means is he's held in contempt of court for 5 days. However, the judge says you can leave court anytime before that. All you have to do is apologize. Well, Craig had a court date today where they said, come on in and apologize. We're going to let you out. And what did he do? He said, keep me in my cage. I'm not going to apologize because I didn't do something wrong. I'm not going to apologize for the First Amendment. I'm not going to apologize for my ability or my right to follow and observe and love the First Amendment. So if you keeping me in a cage is going to protect my constitutionally protected activities, then I'm going to do it. So he refused to go to court. Absolute dog. Let's watch the video and then I'll give you the rest of the updates. I mean, CH and Ty Audits just absolutely killing it. He's in the Newton County Correctional Facility over there. And this is the video. Let's watch. Yeah, you have to apologize. Now, keep in mind, in this video, folks, the judge says that he's fine to be recording this area and then throws him in jail for just that. This is CH and Ty Audits. Love everyone to go on over. Set the notification bell for always. Subscribe, watch the videos. Tell them that AFA sent you. We're going to be watching this video today. CH assaulted and arrested,
Indiana,
unlawfully, still in jail. Let's watch.
here to perform a First Amendment audit. Let's see how they do. See how they perform.
So he's just walking around outside at this point. I'm going to kind of fast forward to when he gets inside the building to his first interaction.
I just got to put this here.
just there's no recording devices in the courtroom.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, let's record.
Yeah. Let's see, what do I got? Got some cards.
All right.
Oh, it's my belt. That's what it is. Yeah, for sure. There we go.
There you go. Again, no recording devices. In the
Oh
courtroom.
yeah, I know, man.
All
Wouldn't
right.
want to go to jail.
All right. No, it's judicial. Well, they don't have any recording devices.
Well, it's the judge could hold me in contempt of court. There's no actual law against it though.
Now, let's keep in mind the first contact of this video. The officer is telling him there's no filming inside the courtroom, but he's allowed to film the court itself. And CH says, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Even though contempt of court isn't an actual law, I don't plan on getting arrested today. Little did he know the judge would make a personal appearance on this video. And I mean, usually we see clowns in a different costume. Now, this is ignorance of the law from law enfakement officers from the Clown Consortium.
The only law against that would be the First Amendment. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No law shall be passed abridging the freedom of the press, except for when we find it necessary.
Are you here for court, sir?
I don't answer questions, man.
What's your name, sir? What's your name?
Sorry,
What's your name?
man. I don't answer questions.
So what are you here for?
Whoa,
What's your visa? What's your name?
I don't answer questions, man.
What's your name, sir? I'm just asking your name.
My eyes are up here.
What's your name? Are you on this list?
I don't,
Are you here for court? That's what I'm asking you.
sir. I don't answer questions.
What are you here for?
Okay. What? What'd you say? Am I detained or something?
No, let's come back here.
Oh, if I'm not detained, man, I'm good. Thank you. Hello.
Now, I don't even understand how these kind of questions can be asked. If this oath-breaking tyrant, costume-wearing, consortium-loving thug understands that he's allowed to film the court itself, maybe not the courtroom, why are we even asking for IDs? Why are you forcing Craig from CH and Ty Audits into a position where he needs to even deny identification? But it only gets worse and goes downhill from here. Smash that like button, people, and make sure you subscribe to CH and Ty Audits. And then I'm going to give you another big update as to what's going on in this case. Hello to everyone in the chat, especially the members, Steve Harloha, Firm Audits, Bananarana, everyone, Articudo, really appreciate you. And let's continue to watch. By the way, complete dog. He would be out right now if he apologized. The judge, after his unlawful ability to detain and kidnap this man and throw him in a dungeon, said, I'll let you leave that dungeon if you apologize. He said, keep me here. I don't give up my rights, certainly not to you. Wow.
I don't need any help, thank you. I'm just documenting today. Yeah. All right.
Are you here for court today?
I don't answer questions, man.
Ask him his name on the list and we'll go.
You doing all right today, man?
I am. How
Good.
are you doing?
I'm doing great, brother. Doing great. We got here communication center.
And this is the act of a true tyrant. They just want to ask you, like they're sticking their nose where it doesn't belong.
What are you guys doing here in the communication center?
This is voter registration.
Okay, is that the communication center?
Not
Or?
Jessica. She's our clerk.
Okay, so there is. I was just wondering what it says communication center right here. I was just wondering what that is.
Yeah, I'm not even for sure because it's been
Okay.
there forever. But no, we're voter registration.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So let me get this straight for just a quick minute. The cops in the court don't know what their job is. The people in each specific department with a sign on the door that says what their job is, they don't know what their job is, but the judge doesn't even know what his job is. Things are starting to make sense.
No, I got you. Well, I mean, if it's not a public area, I can't go back there.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the rule. So, and I like to see that the rules are followed. And there's another rule: the state does not allow you to keep private information in the public view.
Right,
So
right,
that's
which
something
is where it's behind the
we
counter.
need to take care of that if that's not the case. But
No,
all right.
obviously there's nothing private around here.
Well, good. Yeah, that's what I like to see. All right.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Now, keep in mind, folks, she says there's nothing private around here, but that's exactly why he's arrested. The plain view doctrine, backs this up, but he's then arrested. A judge comes out and tells him, you're allowed to film out here. You just can't go in the courtroom. Everyone agrees that he's allowed to do this. He's being asked questions and being peppered with unreasonable police interaction. But then he's arrested for something he's actually allowed to do. Help me follow this.
As far as I'm concerned, you guys are just good to come on through. You know what I mean? The guy isn't there. It's his job. Hi. How are we doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. You can stay free. I don't need any help. What is this thing? It's places you can stay for free. Is this like, do you guys got homeless shelters around here or something?
No, it's just we put up different quotes.
Okay, I got you. All right.
I'll tell you about a place that you can stay for free. The jail. The Newton County Jail is a place that you can absolutely 100% stay for free. If you are a law-abiding American citizen that loves your rights, loves your freedom, and loves the abilities afforded to you under the Constitution of the United States, places you can stay for free. And Judge Malter is basically the concierge of the Clown Consortium, because if you make his feelings get hurt and you don't say you're sorry to Judge Malter, then you have a free place to stay in Newton County, Indiana, you scumbag, oath-breaking, pig tyrant clowns.
You know you got people waiting out here to get through. Good luck.
Recording up here on the second. Sir, we don't allow recording up here on the second floor.
What's going on?
Your phone off. We don't allow recording up here on the second floor, so you have to turn your phone off.
Why not? Is that a law or?
The judge does not allow it up here.
Right, she's got power over her courtroom. I'm not going to go into her
We
courtroom.
don't. Okay, but we don't allow it, so I'm asking you to step down here.
Man, as long as I'm not in the courtroom,
They don't allow it on this floor.
right, there's no law, dude. So if you're not allowed to do it, that's you. But I'm a citizen. I have to follow the law.
Mm-hmm.
Only charge that I could be charged with is contempt of court if I go into the courtroom.
Okay.
So the law says that the judge can do that. The law doesn't say anything about me not being allowed to practice my constitutionally protected activity on the second floor of a courthouse. Do you get what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
Okay, well then that's
You know,
good. So let's just cut out the whole trying to give me unlawful directives, and I'll just go about doing my business, and I'll get out of your hair when I'm done. All right, thank you, man.
Metal items right there for me.
No, I'm
And that's exactly how you do that, right? Cops, most of the time, know that what they're about to ask of you is illegal. But they'll try anyways, hoping that you're ignorant. But their ignorance of the law is no excuse for them to be law enfakement officers. And as soon as Craig from CH and Tie Audits owns him and says, let's cut out the middleman, let's cut out the bullshit, let's cut out you doing what you're doing now. I have a right to do it. You want to throw me in handcuffs? Go ahead. I'm going to continue to do it anyways. Bye, Felicia. Awesome job.
not interested in going around to where I'm gonna get in trouble, man. I could be over there. It's not in there. You like football?
Yep.
Is that your book over there, the Football Digest, or has that just been left here by someone else over there?
That's one.
It's yours? Hell yeah, man. What's your favorite team?
I don't have a favorite team.
No, you're not a Colts man?
Mm-mm.
Come on. You got to show loyalty to the state. Okay. God dang it. I hate all of this stuff. Actually, I'm going to go through here since there's not only a courtroom around here. Belts. And I got my keys.
So the jury rooms are not open to the
Yeah,
public.
jury rooms are closed, but the court offices are the only things that I'd be interested in. Let's see if I can get a public records request from them.
The office over there is closed. We don't have anybody in this office. That's the bailiff's office.
Doesn't say Supreme Court.
That's an office. Like an office.
It's a what?
It's the office for the administrator. So there's like court records and stuff in there.
Okay, good. That's actually what I'm looking for. So, is that like the supervisor of the bailiffs over there? Shelley?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Hold on one second, guys. I'm not paying attention. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome CH's girlfriend, Erica. So updates. What's going on? How's he doing? What's happening?
So, whenever I asked him how he's doing, he said that he's not doing too well, being in there, obviously. Whenever he's not even supposed to be in there. Just a reminder, guys, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not used to none of this. I'm just trying to help CH as much as I can. Right now, I've given him a number to call and contact an attorney. So as of right now, I'm not really sure what's going on. I talked to him a couple of hours ago for like 5 minutes. They only allowed him to talk to me for 5 minutes.
So you're telling me that he's been locked down and they're letting him out of his cell, out of his cage, his dungeon for 5 minutes to make a phone call with you? What are they doing with other people? Did everyone else only get 5 minutes?
So he's technically only allowed 1 hour a day out of his cell, is what they have told him. They allowed him 5 minutes to talk to me, and then they ended the call after 5 minutes. So
now, have you seen this document yet? Have you taken a look at my case yet?
I have not had the chance to look at my case yet. The last time that I looked at my case, it was not up there yet.
Yeah, they've imprisoned him for 3 days for amounting to what a judge allowed him to do. And they didn't put it in until today. And it says order finding defendant in direct contempt of court and remands defendant to the custody of the NC sheriff for a period of five actual days, and affords the defendant the opportunity to purge himself of contempt of court over any time of the next 5 days. So what that says in legalese, people at home, is that up until 5 days, they wanted to bring him into court today, and if he apologizes for conducting his freedoms, then he can leave. He can leave his cage. Now, I mean, what happened with that?
So, what happened with that is he told them that he was not going to apologize. He's not going to apologize because he doesn't want to admit guilt, because he's not guilty. So since he told them that he's not going to apologize, they canceled the court date. Not court date, but the session.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up two things. When the judge was speaking to that other officer in the hallway about the activity that he was observing from Craig there, he did two things. He basically gave that officer the okay to say, look, he's allowed to do what he's doing as long in the hallways, as long as he's not in the courtrooms and stays out of places he doesn't belong. Okay. And so basically, in my opinion, they committed 241, all right, which is the conspiracy part of 242. All right, which runs concurrent with 242, but 241 was they conspired. So he went down the hall. They talked about it. They probably opened up the courtroom that's not in course, that there's no proceedings happening in that courtroom. And then when he come down there, they knew he was going to record. So they set him up to fail. But what that judge doesn't understand is, you have a right to record whatever the eye could see, because the onus is on him when he said you can't record this part and the courtroom.
Well, I mean, let's talk about prejudice. So, and the judge's ability and to recuse himself, right? So,
Yeah.
If he's in a legal unlawful capacity when he approaches Craig in the first instance and lets him know what he can or cannot do, he's created himself a public official in a public interaction with a citizen. So to then say, all right, let's put him in handcuffs, walk around to throw his robe on, put him in jail, and then come back out, he has no lawful ability to try this case. And his hearing, this is the craziest part. When you look at my case, his hearing was actually scheduled to be in front of Judge Daniel J. Moulter.
Yeah, because he's the one that found him in contempt. So he's still got, So he's still got to go in front of that judge.
Also, he is scheduled to be released. He has to be in there for 5 days, and then they'll release him. No court date, no nothing other than what he was supposed to have this morning. I tried asking him if he had a court date before they released him, or anything like that. He doesn't have a court date. They're just holding him for 5 days and then releasing him.
Wow. Everyone at home, his Cash App is $CH and Thai Audits. I believe that Heather Holt, one of the best mods on the planet, put his Cash App in there. I would like to ask if the mods can post a Cash App and the PayPal. Now, he has reached out to attorneys. I know that the video was sent over there. This is picking up a lot of traction. Here's the Deal just featured it. How is he feeling? I know that they're treating him pretty crappy, but how is his spirits?
I'm sure that his spirits are pretty high. I've been letting him know. I've been updating him about everything that's been going on. All of you guys donating and liking, commenting, sharing, watching, all that. I've been letting him know about all of that, and he's greatly appreciative of every single one of you guys that have been helping him. Like, we probably could never express how grateful we are for the help.
Well, and now
So-
I apologize to you because we had a conversation, and I don't divulge private conversations, but I think this kind of pertains to what's going on. And Erica was saying to me that, you know, like, this isn't what I do. I'm not a YouTuber. Like, I can't go out there and film. We have a child. She's a hardworking young mom involved in a relationship with someone that she loves and cares for. This person that she's in a relationship with had the opportunity to walk out of a dungeon today and said, no, I'm not giving up on my freedom, because if I give up on my freedom, I'm giving up on your freedom. And now she's left at home to kind of deal with all this. Now, like, she's not an auditor. She's not an activist. And that's what she said to me. She's like, I'm not a legal expert. I'm not an activist. I'm not an auditor. And I watched this as a normal everyday citizen, as a mom. And I was like, even I said, this is so wrong. If the judge was watching this, Mrs. CH, what would you say to the judge?
Honestly, I would definitely let him know how wrong he is for this. I'm really trying my best to get him out sooner than the 5 days, without pushing any limits, that might cause retaliation, you know? Let's see.
Now, is he experiencing retaliation in there now? How is he being treated?
So right now, from what he has told me, so like I said earlier, I got a 5-minute phone call with him. That's all they allowed him for. And now he said that he saw another inmate in there that was on a call for 3 hours, is what he said. And he's not even allowed out of his cell for more than 1 hour a day.
So he's getting special treatment in the wrong way.
Yes.
Now, do you think it's possible that, I mean, obviously this judge is giving out sovereign powers, people like this.
Obviously.
If you look at like medieval times, a king could appoint anyone to his privy council, or give anyone any position to give out any sort of legal precedence. And he gave his secretary the ability to say, oh no, you can't film that, which really kind of helped perpetuate the arrest. Like, if you're a judge, you can't do that.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you, Josh. Listen, bro, this whole thing is a conspiracy. Okay. The conspiracy is that he come out and inserted himself and played another role. Don't you understand that? He come out into the hallway and was given both the defendant, which is her man, and the officer where he can go and where he couldn't go. So he was playing sheriff right there. And then he gives him another directive that you cannot record in here, but you're allowed to record. Okay. When he told him and the sheriff that he could record in that hallway. All right. Where he still was when he was coming down that hallway. And then the judge has the door open. Right. So he's telling him he can't record from there. We all know that you can record whatever the eye could see where in public, because that's the public place, not in the courtroom. So the judge acted out of two conflict of interest. He was acting in a sheriff's capacity, giving directives directly to the defendant and to the sheriff. Okay. Which was giving him unlawful directives and legal advice on what he can and cannot do. That should have been done behind closed doors, not in front of him, because he's out of his role. You obviously seen, even when the communications, look at the communications room. The lady says, oh no, this is the what she call it, they didn't even know what their roles was in that place. None of them know their roles.
What's up, Chili?
What's going on?
How's everybody doing? I'm sorry to get the young lady's name.
My name is Erica. So I've been looking at the chat. I see that you're wanting my contact information.
Yeah, I do.
I can send it to him privately, Erica. I'll text him.
Okay, that sounds good. Also, you can probably share CH's email. I have access to his work email. So if you want to post his email for anybody that wants to contact me or Ty, I'm really not sure where Ty is right now.
I know
So
I think he said earlier he's at work. Is that the CH and
Okay,
Ty
yeah.
audits at Gmail?
CH and Ty audits at Gmail. Yes. Yep.
So what will happen is you'll have trolls who will sign you up for multiple accounts that will spam your email address. But that's not the most important thing right now. What is the most important thing is that we move as soon as we possibly can on legal action. And I'm talking about immediately filing a civil rights lawsuit. If you go back and you review the Thompson versus Clark, Thompson versus Clark is a 2022 case based on malicious prosecution. And what this tyrant judge did was he didn't give him due process of the law. There
Right.
were no criminal charges charged against him. Everything the judge did was fundamentally against the Bill of Rights. Now, when you read the case of Thompson versus Clark, what you're going to see and what you're going to find is that the reason why he was able to get out of the dungeon as quickly as he did is because a federal civil rights lawsuit had been filed. We moved immediately, and it wasn't me, but they moved immediately to litigation, immediately. And that's what helped get him out of the dungeon. Is he in solitary confinement?
No, he is not. So whenever me and Hoosier News Now went up to the county that he's in, I forgot already. Newport, no.
Newton County.
Yeah, Newton County. Whenever we went up to Newton County, we went and asked a bunch of questions. They were threatening a lot of things on him while he's in jail, and those threats, they are not telling us, they were not telling us that those were what they were threatening him with or anything like that. Like, they were saying that they were going to hold him for 30 more days. They did not say anything about that whatsoever. They only said that he's going to be released by the end of this week.
Well,
And
if we move quick enough, we might be able to get him out much faster than that.
Chili,
I
listen
hope
to
so.
this. Here's the charging document. Now, I would like to.
Yeah, go ahead and read that.
So his case number, the court, the type of charge is miscellaneous criminal charge. Now, here's the interesting part. It says that as of today, he's been held for 3 days. They only posted this today, that the action has been decided. So they set a hearing date initially, interfering with the start of court proceedings by delaying convening of court. Then they go on to say that they specify that the contempt of court is an order finding defendant in direct contempt of court and remands the defendant to custody of the NC sheriff for a period of 5 actual days and affords the defendant, listen to this part, the opportunity to purge himself of contempt of court. Now let's look at the definition of perjury. The legal definition of perjury is the offense of willfully telling an untruth in a court after having taken an oath or affirmation. He gave no oath. He gave no affirmation. That's firstly. So he gave no oath. He gave no affirmation. And by filming a public lobby in a court that the judge has already said and affirmed that you can film, there has been no perjury. No, it says under telling an untruth after taking an oath or affirmation. The only person that has lied in this instance that has taken an oath or an affirmation is the judge. So how
And the
is the
cop,
judge not in contempt?
both the judge and the cop, yeah.
yeah, so they also said that if they were to hold him for 30 more days, that then he would be in isolation. But like I said, whenever me and Hoosier talked to them this morning, they said nothing about any of that. They just said that they were holding him for the 5 days and then he was going to be released. No court date other than what was supposed to be this morning. But since he is not going to purge himself and apologize, of course, that court session got canceled.
How do you like that, delete laws? They came to him, they scheduled him for court today, and they said, listen, we think you've learned your lesson. You were filming. We didn't like it. So come on in, tell the judge that you're sorry. and we'll let you out of the dungeon, out of the rape cage, and out of your torture cuffs. And he said, no, I don't give up for my freedoms for you. I don't give up my freedoms for anybody. I guess I'm staying in a cage. I'm not apologizing for my constitutional rights.
Yeah,
It's
he was wanting to rid on unwarranted quality or condition or feeling. That's what purge means. He wanted them to beneath themselves and basically surrender his honor to the court. That's all that was.
Well, so there's two things that I'd just like to mention real briefly here. So the first one is that we want to move as quickly as we can. We want to move as absolute quickly as, you know, and I have a man who was murdered. I may bypass that for the next couple days and cruise over to Indiana to go help you get him out of jail as quickly as possible. And then here's the positive part, and it's really hard to, but you have to recognize there's a good part of this, and here's what it is. This is the case that everybody in America needs and wants, because what this case challenges is, do we lose our rights when we go into a court of law? Do you lose the ability to have transparency? Do you lose your First Amendment right to be pressed at your own trial or to even audio record your own trial? And this is the case, and this is why I stopped doing what I was doing, and I started paying a lot of attention, and I actually made a video to reach out to you to get a hold of you, because I got my guy Bobby Law, and Bobby Law called me and he said he's supposed to go to Florida tomorrow, and I said, well, you know, we you know, because I'm still in the process of nailing down the federal rules of civil procedure. And so Bobby Law is an expert in it. He's done thousands and thousands of civil rights lawsuits. And the important part is that when we write that brief and we write that complaint and the general facts and allegations, and then we go into the case law that is the case precedent that would free him, you want to make sure that we have the right people doing that sets us up for certiorari. And that is when we take this case all the way to the Supreme Court. And this is the case that could get it so that we are able to break the court system, the criminal injustice industry.
Yeah, this is definitely a very clear case. I mean, and I think what separates this from the other cases is that a judge is acting in a police capacity. You know, that's what's really going to separate this. Everyone here, please hit the thumbs up button. Also, make sure you go over to CH and Ty Audits, show some love. I want to continue playing the rest of the video.
Yeah.
For folks that haven't seen it, so they can see just how egregious this is. I know, Mrs. CH, that you're heading out to eat some food. So if at any time you need to drop or there's anything that you'd like to say, feel free to just interrupt us.
So let me read three things. Can you still hear me? Can I read three things to you? So Josh was illegally seized, and Josh was illegally brought into the court, not properly summarized, or for an appearance. And the judge illegally charged Josh. And the fourth thing is that Josh wasn't given due process of law, both the 5th and 14th Amendment violation. So he has a lock, slam, dunk civil rights case. And we need to press that as soon as humanly possible.
Wow.
What's up, DPN? All right, I'm going to play this video. We'll continue to let everyone watch at home. This is terrible.
Leave my office now.
Hey, whoa.
Hey,
Don't you get
Jason.
all crazy? Well,
Hey,
in the courtroom, that would be a different thing.
upstairs period, this judge's office. I'm his bailiff.
Right, yeah, but the judge has power over the courtroom, man.
Please leave my office.
Is this? a
Please
public
leave
office?
my office now.
Hey, whoa.
Hey,
Don't you get all
Jason.
crazy with me.
Wow.
What do you mean get this guy out of here? Are you guys gonna go hands on and get a lawsuit? You guys are
Our
gonna go hands
office.
No, we're not gonna go hands on. I'm just asking to leave for like.
on? Well, he wasn't, man. Do you want to apologize to me and I'll leave?
I'm asking you to leave.
If you apologize for raising your voice, I'll
Oh,
leave.
yes, I do.
You apologize?
Yes.
Can I actually hear it? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's what
Great.
that's all
Okay,
about.
Yeah.
I get it
I'm
now.
just being polite, man. It's all you need to do. Jury room. There you go in there.
I was just that door. They're not letting anybody in there. The judge Leach does not allow recording on this floor.
The judge has got power over the courtroom,
They
man.
don't want recording on this floor.
That's
So-
fine, man. The judge has
I'm
got power.
just gonna ask politely to just leave this floor. If you want to record downstairs, you're more than welcome.
I'm more than welcome to record up here, man. I don't care what the judge wants, man. She's not the law. She enforces what the judge wants. That's what he wants, man. But what I want is my constitutionally protected activities to be secured. You get what I'm saying? First Amendment, no law shall be passed abridging the freedom of the press. So as long as there's no law against it, I'm going to do it. Now, in the courtroom, the judge's got all the powers that she wants, whatever. I don't know. But, he can do that in his courtroom. He could hold me in contempt of court and you guys could ship me off to the jail. But up here, there's no such thing as contempt of courthouse. You know what I mean? You guys can set rules. The Supreme Court already ruled. Policies, rules are for employees. Only thing that applies to me. Okay, that's fine, man. You do your thing, brother. Hey, Shelly. How are you doing today? Good. I'm glad to hear it.
Something I can help you with?
Yeah, I was wondering.
I mean, I just don't need you looking over my confidential paperwork and stuff.
Is
I
there?
might be
It's
in.
confidential. Okay. We don't want that to be available. Can I have one of your things here?
Sure.
Awesome. Thank you. So yeah, Shelly, I'm just wondering, why are your bailiffs keep telling me to not be on this floor?
You're welcome to be on this floor.
Okay, I was
But
just
without
wondering.
video, you can't video. We have it's a public court, it's an open court. You can sit in.
I can't be in court with a camera.
Correct.
If the judge wants me out of the courtroom, I got to do what he wants. You know what I mean? But in here, this isn't his courtroom. So could we just have your bailiffs trained like judge's orders apply in the courtroom, but out here, the judge? It's like if the judge said, and then I'm sorry, I didn't mean to try to tell you, boss. Are you the guy from downstairs?
Yeah.
Please tell me there's somebody down there watching the door.
There is. This is
Okay, thank God. Thank God. Great.
Off-duty deputy.
All right.
Okay, you're not, is it allowed back here at all?
No.
No.
What's going on back here?
Nothing, but you're not allowed back here.
Superior Court office?
Sir. So we just spoke with the judge. They just had a conference that talked about this matter. Okay. So they're looking into some issues and they just asked that you hang tight on the landing until they check into it.
That was the conspiracy.
There's no videotaping when there's voting going on.
Gotcha.
There's
So-
no videotaping of the voting.
Of the when there's
So-
voting.
That's not right, man.
All I'm asking, they're checking into some restrictions. All right.
That's fine, man.
They just asked that you hold tight on the landing until they're able to verify.
They're-
And then we'll let you back up here.
They're gonna verify it, man. That's fine, unless I'm breaking a law.
All I'm doing is I'm politely asking you to wait on the landing
I get
until
you.
they check into
I think
the
he's got it.
restrictions.
Did you guys get it figured out back there?
This is the judge. I would
This is
ask
the
that you
judge.
treat him with respect, please.
Oh, I treat everyone with respect till I start getting disrespect to myself, man. What's going on? How's it
No,
going?
being disrespectful.
Keeps telling me what to go. No, I have no problem. There seems to be some misconception that, you judges can just kind of make rules for the whole courthouse. And I was trying to inform them, you get to make your own rules for your courtroom, but as long as I'm not going in, not filming in, there's not really a problem with me being up here because the First Amendment, as you know, there shall be no law passed abridging the freedom of speech. I'm sure you are, but this is their problem. I don't have a problem with it, man. I know my laws, I know my rights. I can't go in there. I mean, I don't agree that you should be able to hold me in contempt of court for doing a First Amendment protected activity, but that's the way. I mean, you guys throw people in cages for it, so I'm just going to stay out of there. I don't like going in a cage, so I'm just going to do what I can do here. I got rights. If you don't use them, you lose them, right?
My understanding is a person cannot film in the courtrooms.
Mm-hmm.
They could film out here.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think for security reasons, they don't want anyone there or the jury room.
Yeah, no jury rooms either.
But as far as here, that this is an open area.
So that's a very important part I want everyone to take notice of. The judge just says he is allowed to film out here. He can film out here. This is an open area. He's not allowed to go into the courtroom. So, and that's the law, right? There's no ability to record inside the courtroom. The judge has domain ultimately over his courtroom. He's agreeing that he's in the courthouse and he can film in the courthouse. It's what happens next that is egregious because he decides that CH has the lawful ability to conduct his First Amendment protected activity. He's not the arbitrator of how he can go about that right, how he exercises that right, and if there's caveats to him having that right. So you'll see immediately, he pretty much deputizes his secretary. His secretary says, oh, I don't want you filming back there. The judge goes along with it. Who's running the show? The judge is taking orders from a secretary. She's acting as a sovereign citizen, and you have this consortium of clowns acting a fool. Let's continue to watch.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.
They have their door locked.
That's a secure area now? Okay. Yeah, we don't want to interrupt any of those matters, man. Sorry?
This is where it
What do
happens.
you mean, like here? I am actually, Judge. I'm allowed to film right here because
If you film this, I will hold you to rock in court and
you can't hold me in contempt of court when I'm outside the court, man.
bring him in court.
I'm not coming into court.
So now you'll see real quick, guys, that he says, bring him on around. And then the judge is running. Where is the judge running to? He just literally detained someone in an official capacity. And now he's running to throw in his robes so he can try that person. There literally exists the legislative, the judicial branches and executive branches of government. So there is a balance of power. So there are checks and balances of equal measures. So imagine a judge walking onto the street saying, all right, I'm detaining you, disorderly product news. Bring him to the jail. And then once you get to the jail, he runs in, throws on a robe, comes back out, and then tries you. That's a conflict of interest. The judge needs to be recused. He literally can't prosecute his own arrest. But that's exactly what happens both before and after. He has him arrested. He has him kidnapped. He brings him in front of his court, and then he sentences him to 5 days contempt of court. What's interesting is when you look at the My Case document, CH was held for a hearing today, which he refused to go to because he said, I'm not going to apologize, so you let me out of a 5-day hold. These are my freedoms. The judge actually arrested him, then found him in contempt of his own charges of the arresting officer, and then scheduled him to come before his court as the judge prosecuting the issue. That is 100% totally unethical and illegal. Like, absolutely.
Don't touch me, man. No,
Look
do
at
not
him.
touch me, brother.
Hesitate.
You don't want to touch me. If you touch me, that's
He's
going to be a
thinking
lawsuit. That
real
judge
hard.
is ordering you something. You should not do it. I haven't even done
Judge.
anything illegal, man. I'm leaving.
Come on.
Nope. I'm
Master,
leaving.
what do I do,
don't have to
Master?
be in the
What do I
courtroom.
do?
Guys, leave me alone. Guys,
I'm asking you.
I'm telling you.
I'm
I'm
ordered by
leaving
the
the
judge
court
right now.
I'm leaving this. Hey, Judge, if
Is your video camera turned off?
no, it's not turned off because they're detaining me. So,
There's
What is
another
going on
prior
here?
restraint.
man, stop it. Don't touch my shit.
1,000%.
Do not touch my shit, guys.
Qualified immunity gone for all of them right here.
All right, guys, I want to interrupt really quick and let you guys know that I am heading out. I'm going out to eat with CH's family. So I will see you guys later. Thank you guys for donating, commenting, liking, sharing, everything. Me and CH greatly appreciate everything you guys have been doing.
No,
It's
we
definitely-
appreciate you. Have a good dinner. Keep us updated. Next time you talk to him, just let him know that we anxiously await his return.
Just
All right, will
relax.
do.
Just relax. We're gonna get justice for him.
Thank you guys. I appreciate all of you.
Take care, Erica.
You too. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, 500 people in the chat, just under. If everyone could hit that like button and then go also to CH and Ty Audits. I'm going to show you his channel page, and then we're going to actually go over the judge. So let's just finish up the video. There's about a minute left, and then we'll show you some other information.
That's obstruction.
Yeah, Fourth Amendment violation. No warrant for that.
Yeah. She didn't have a right to touch none of that. See, that the Bain Act is connected to prior restraint. Prior restraint is the main law where all the acts are attached to.
Superior Court, Superior Court.
So they're calling his case right now. The judge had to run back, get his robes on. That's why she said Superior Court. Listen to the whispering. They're conspiring about. They're real nervous now. That cop is like, "Fuck, I am in some serious shit. Let's get our stories together."
Bro, you didn't see how he kept looking back and forth to the judge. Well, what do I do, Papa? What do I do? You know, because he really wasn't sure of himself. The cop was, because I think the cop's better judgment was trying to kick in and say, "Wait a minute, you're coming out in the hallway giving me a directive. This is my job." I think he was smart enough to understand that until he gave that officer a direct order. He gave that officer a direct order. He said, "Bring him into the courtroom." That's the last time.
So guys, I was just held in contempt of court for filming right here, and now they're going hands-on with me. So I'm going to spend 5 days in the county sheriff's department, I guess.
That's so sad.
All right, now I want to show you guys, and I think DPN's coming up. I just sent you a link, DPN. This is the judge that we're talking about in this situation. The community really loves to celebrate their oppressors because they're sheep. So we should all celebrate Judge Multer. Did you know that Judge Multer is celebrating 35 years in the Newton County Superior Court? There he is. What a wonderful guy. Just a great, great man. 35th year in office as of September 15th. This guy is an absolute joke.
What would we do without him, ladies and gentlemen?
So let me show you their, and you can leave Google reviews. They have a 2.6. This is called the People Redress Their Grievances portion of the show.
Cool. Yeah.
Let me blow up the screen for you. This is the Newton County District Court. They currently have a 2.6 on Google. Let's see if there's any mention about this case. No, the latest one was from 2 years ago. But if you want, you can feel free to redress your grievances. This is Newton County. Oh, excuse me. That's the wrong one. Yep. Hold on. There's another one. Don't go there just yet. All right, here we go. They have a 1.7, even worse. So let's check out their Google reviews. This is Netland County, Indiana. Let's see if there's any. Okay, so an hour ago, Multer acting as a judge has lost his mind. KJ's leaving reviews. Anar, Julianne, Vlogs, Helen, Nation. So yeah, you guys are absolutely free to go ahead on over to the Newton County Circuit Court. It's located at 201 North 3rd Street in Kentland, Indiana. You can go to their review page and you can leave a review and let them know how you think that they're doing. They currently have a 1.7 rating. It's obviously because they're not doing a good job, because freedom isn't free. It's at the cost of your expense. It's at the cost of you giving up your rights. And what I'm concerned about in this case is when you look at the charging document, it came 3 days later. But what's interesting is he's being held right now without a crime. I mean, it says miscellaneous criminal charge here at the top. Miscellaneous criminal. And then they said that he's interfering with the start of court proceedings by delaying convening of court. Well, let's be perfectly honest. The judge came out. He was not in a robe. There were no court proceedings. That's why after this interaction, he had to throw on his robe and run around real quick to put his robe on, because there was no court proceedings. So we know that that's bullshit, but cops and judges lie too. And then they find him, as of today, an order finding defendant in direct contempt of court, and they gave him the opportunity to purge himself. When you look at perjury, you have to take an oath or an affirmation. So when you go into the court and you raise your right hand and you swear your rights away, that's when you can be found in contempt of court or be charged with perjury, because you're lying under oath. He was under no oath. He was under no affirmation. The only person in this altercation that was under an oath or affirmation was the judge, who abused his power. And what I want everyone at home to know is what Wolvie and I pointed out very succinctly is that, what's up, DPN?
What up, man?
What's going on? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, big man.
Okay, well, that's a thumbs up. That's a great thing. Well, go ahead.
No, but the worst part about this, I think, is that the judge is arresting people and then hearing the case that he just arrested you on and then scheduling you for your next court date to be in front of him again. A judge can't go arrest you on the street, then prosecute your arrest, then hold you, then try your hearing, then put you in front of him again. There's no equal balance of justice in that. It's absolutely bullshit.
You know,
celebrating 35 years.
Hey, brother, listen to this, man. Can you read that charge one more time for me? That contempt, please.
Yep. So, order on hearing. Order finding defendant in direct contempt of court and remands defendant to the custody of the Newton County Sheriffs for a period of 5 actual days and affords the defendant the opportunity to purge himself on contempt at any time over the next 5 days because he was interfering with the start of court proceedings by delaying convening of court.
So let's look at the word miscellaneous and tell me that that does not confirm the conspiracy. Let's look at Oxford Dictionary.
They held him on a miscellaneous misdemeanor.
Right.
He was never charged with a misdemeanor.
Let's listen to the Oxford definition of miscellaneous: items or people gathered or considered together. Come on, man. Think about that.
How would he purge?
And
you go around with a mask shooting people?
So what he's saying, DPN, is that the judge gave him 5 days in contempt of court and then scheduled him 2 days later to go to court and said, listen, you're going to come on in court today. You're going to apologize for what you did, and we're going to let you out a couple days early. CH and Ty Audits refused to leave his cell. He said, I'm not going to apologize for fucking filming. That's legal. You guys can go fucking take a hike.
My man.
So
he sent his shoes to court. That's what they say in Chicago. Send my shoes to court. I'm not going.
Well, that's exactly. But when you look at perjury, it's when you lie under oath or affirmation. He was under no oath. He was under no affirmation, and he didn't lie. He was conducting a constitutionally protected activity. The only person that actually fits the bill for the literal definition of perjury is the actual judge.
Oh, I see. Purge is a conjugated form of perjury.
Correct.
I had the movie in my head.
Well, I was just thinking about the word itself. I mean, it means to redeem, to make free from yourself, to clean, to purge.
Oh, to cleanse, yeah.
To cleanse. That's what I get out of the word.
A shotgun and a mask.
Yeah. So he was making him. He was marginalizing him and forcing him to do his will, or else he's going to commit more of 242 on him. So that's the second time he committed 242.
Okay. And how are these guys? I've heard this channel. They've been making a lot of noise. Where are they from? What's
dude, from Indiana. Kid shot out like a bottle rocket. Lackluster covered one of his earlier videos. And then, of course, he got a little bit of traction, up to about 3,000 subscribers off of the mention of his channel. I shared a few, but I mean, he's paving the way. I call him and his buddy the Rolling Stones of activism. Let me tell you what they did. I've never seen this done. He actually searched a deputy.
So it's 2 people.
Yeah, right. But the only person that was arrested
the police
was one person, just Craig, just the one half. He was out by himself.
Okay.
But he actually went and searched a police vehicle for drugs and contraband, had the cop opening his lunchbox, checking like I'm going to field test this. This isn't going to come back as anything nefarious, right? Like, this guy is the absolute next generation of what's going on.
Well, you remember, Josh, there was an officer in one of your videos who gave you the opportunity. He said it. And I said,
Yeah.
if you would have done it, it would have been the biggest video ever.
Yep.
You remember that?
Yep. I remember that.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is
Hey, Josh, was that at a gas station he did that at?
no, that was outside one of the sheriff's office. He just walked up and said, "Hey, man, you're looking kind of suspicious sitting in this parking lot here. And for my safety and the citizen's safety, I'm going to need to see some ID." He took his ID and he took his badge. He looked at it and he said, "Okay, that checks out. We're going to need to search the vehicle." And then he handed his partner off the camera and searched the vehicle. And it was
I got to
mind blown. I mean, it was absolutely awesome. Everyone, this is his channel. By the way, also, please feel free to subscribe to Wolverine Transparency. He's up here, and I'm sure you know my buddy, Disorderly Product News. This is his channel right here. Mods could drop a link. CH and Ty Audits. Make sure you tickle the like button, set the notification bell to always start watching all the videos. And make sure that you help get him out in the analytics out there. He's been covered by Lackluster, James Freeman. I've also shared some of his videos. We need to be able to, in situations of total overlord, overreach, tyrannical behavior, we need to be able to shut this down. You know, when the people fear the government, there is tyranny. When the government fear the people, there is liberty. There was tyranny in this court, and we must purge that court of its tyranny and cleanse it with the light of liberty. So subscribe to all the mentioned channels. You can look at the top of the video description as well as the chat. You'll see CH and Ty's Cash App and PayPal. Feel free to help him out if you'd like. We'll see him in a couple days. And that's what this community needs. He could have said sorry and left his cage. And he said, no, I'm not giving up my freedoms. I'm not giving up your freedoms. So
well, I'm not going to say no names, but we seen how bad it made us look when somebody else did that. And
someone else went and apologized, and a far bigger channel.
In my opinion, that was a neuter to us. It kind of neutered us. So this kind of redeemed us, and he's got mad respect coming from me.
Yeah. And just to piggyback off what Josh was saying, if all you do is hit the like button, is all you do is, in my videos, I say, tell them Disorderly Product News sent you. Though I'm not a mechanic, so I don't know how that works. I'm a YouTuber. Those are so much bigger than you understand. Those are really, really things that you could do that can make a channel grow. You know, you might not think hitting the like button is a big deal, or sharing it's a big deal, or even saying DPN sent me in the comment section, but it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, I appreciate you being here. And you know,
okay, let me ask you a question though, Josh.
Go ahead.
Are you about to end this?
No, ask your question first, please.
Oh, no. Okay, so I put in the comment section, if you had to have 3 other channels with you, and it was a case where, you know, really the outcome could be really, really bad, what other 3 channels would you have? Take it with you.
Oh, easy. DPN, Chuck Bronson, and Delete Laws.
We almost had that. We had Chuck. Oh, we had Joe Cool. So remember downtown Chicago?
Yep.
I would say, and I really say this, I'd say AFA, Clash with Bow, me, and who did I say? Clash with Bow, me. Oh, and Delete Laws.
Yeah.
And if I could sneak Johnny 5-0 in there, I would.
3
what
people.
about you, Wolfie? That's not Wolfie Gladly, is it?
No, that's Wolverine Transparency.
Oh, what's up, buddy? Are you from Michigan?
Yes, sir. What's going on, man?
I'm going to subscribe to your channel right now. What 3 other channels would you have with you?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Are you going to work? Okay, give me a hug. I'm sorry. Hold up a second, guys. All right. See you,
It's me, Wolfie, and if I could film with 3 people, I would replicate AFA times 3 and film with 3 AFAs.
Well, honestly, I like Rights Crispy.
Oh,
yeah. James Madison Audits, and Big Nick.
Oh, you went with the Florida boys.
Yeah, you know, I don't agree with everybody, you know, and I might not even.
You're never gonna.
I just like I like some of their styles, man. You know what I'm saying? and it's
yeah.
different. It that changes too. Like for I also would put out there in California, Bay Area Transparency. He would be one out of any three that I would ever pick too as well. I mean, there's a lot of favorites out here, man.
Yeah. I would have Clash with Bao for like the funny, but for like the serious, I would have, and that's how I kind of phrase the question. So it really would be Johnny 5-0 instead of Clash with Bao. But and there's been times. I mean, this was something happened on the south side of Chicago, and these kids met up on social media, and they all went downtown. So instead of looting BP Amico, they looted Dolce & Gabbana. And then there was cops down there for the next 2 weeks. Well, there was no chance of them ever doing it again. It was just a one-night thing. So the cops were sleeping. They had their feet up. They had their bulletproof vest and their shirt off, and it was standing up by itself like shoulder pads on a football uniform. And here comes me, Chuck, Joe Cool, and AFA. It was like shooting. No, I don't want to use that term, but like grabbing fish in a bucket. It's like everywhere you turn, there's a guy sleeping. There's a guy, going down a one-way to yell at us.
So easy.
Just
more fun than two dudes on a log, man, for sure.
Yeah, and they're going back at us. It was low-hanging fruit.
Hey, I just want to make an observation about the video we just watched before you end the stream, bro. Remember when that bailiff, when he made him apologize? Well, that was, in my opinion, that is what they conspired to do to him when they set him up for that arrest, when they opened that court door and told him not to record over there, so that he would apologize, because he neutered them when he did that to them, because they, their pride and arrogance is so up there that I'll be damned if you make me apologize, so we'll get you. That's exactly what they did.
Well, how about the video where the bailiff came up and he told the guy he had to get out of the courtroom because he had no business in there, and the guy just liked law and he was observing to see how the law went. You remember that, Josh?
Yep.
Were you inside at the time?
Yep.
Yeah, and that was ridiculous. Court has to be open to the public. It has to be transparent. You know who else used to go inside courtrooms if I was in the area? Me. I enjoy it. I like it. Yeah. I've always liked law. And one time I saw she was the drug court judge, which means she was in charge of the drug court program. They found a kilo of cocaine in this Hispanic guy's trunk. But because they didn't have the right to search it, she threw the case out. And I just always fell in love with that idea.
That happens all the time. It's fruit of the poisonous tree. Real quick, so here's the deal is here. Did awesome job, shared my video, shared CH and Ty. I have an update for you. Here's the deal on what's going on with Craig from CH and Ty, because I don't think you were here before. Just so you know, he had a court case today. They finally booked his information in, and they charged him with a miscellaneous misdemeanor. But they didn't actually charge him with the crime. The notes to the case say he was interfering with the start of court proceedings by delaying the convening of court, which we know is not the case because the judge was not doing anything. He was in a meeting. So he wasn't delaying anything, but he was ordered to court today. Here's the deal. And he was charged with contempt. And the order says, order finding that the defendant in direct contempt of court and remands defendant to the custody of the Newton County Sheriff's Office for a period of 5 actual days, and affords the defendant the opportunity to purge himself of contempt at any time over the next 5 days. So what they did here is the deal is they offered him the ability to come in and apologize. And if he apologized, they would let him out. And he said, yeah, you can take that and rub it on your chest. I'm not apologizing for anything. See you later. So
that's because it was bailiff. That's basically him apologizing back to the bailiff, not the judge. You got to understand, they all work together for each other. So his bailiff got his pride hurt when he had to apologize, when he made him apologize for coming off at him the way he did. So they're using retaliatory tactics in this gathering miscellaneous. I mean, in the word miscellaneous, means to gather information, and together, that means it's plural. It's not singular. So it's people gathering information together. That's the conspiracy. If you guys don't see that, I don't know. I mean,
Well,
to me,
here's the other thing that I want.
clear as
Let,
day.
let hear the deal say. Go ahead, Josh.
Let-
Is here the deal even on here?
Yeah, he's in the chat. Here's the deal. Here's the other thing I
Okay.
wanted you.
Oh,
I
he's in the
wanted you
chat.
to- I wanted you to see, because you did a story you may be wanting to follow up. So here's pertinent information. You go to my case in Indiana. What's interesting, here's the deal, is the judge is the arresting officer. The judge had his hearing, and then his next date of court is actually scheduled in front of that same judge. So I don't know why he hasn't recused himself. There's clearly a conflict of interest. Here's the deal. But the judge acted as the arresting officer. Then once he arrested him, he arraigned him. And then after he arraigned him, he brought him back in front of himself again. So this is the issue that we're dealing with. But you can go to my case. It looks just like this. mycase.indiana.gov. You can just type his name in there, and it'll show you everything that's going on.
Senior commission.
Yep, everything. And it says it's
Has
decided.
Does anybody know the wrestler Rob Van Dam?
Of course,
And if you
RVD.
Is here's the deal not the spitting image of him?
Here's the deal is like a cross between Rob Van Dam and Jean-Claude Van Damme, but instead of nunchucks, he beats up tyrants with the Constitution.
I love them. I love him and his wife. They spent hours on the phone with me about my diet. And not only that, he had a video one time. He's like, I'm highly influenced by other auditors. The Disorderly Product News, Lackluster, DPN. Those three channels I love. So he gave me credit twice.
Doing a great job. I mean, absolutely wonderful job.
And not only that, Josh, he's a great person.
Oh yeah, he's an awesome guy.
He's a beautiful. He has a yeah. He's a great person.
And he doesn't like, and you'll hear him close each of his shows. He'll say, until the next heavily censored and shadow banned video, we'll see you then. He knows that he doesn't care. He spits. He's pissing into the wind of YouTube in the name of freedom and sharing channels to get people to follow them. I was about to release my static video today, and I waited till his live was over just because I didn't want to take one person from his chat. He's doing such a great job. Judge just posted the link. If everyone in here could please subscribe to Here's the Deal. Also, Grease Monkey Videos and the channel that I first came in contact with to get to know Brian, High Impact Flicks. He's doing the stories that mainstream's afraid to and that YouTube wants to shadow ban so you won't find out. But with that being said, guys, I need to shut this down. So please subscribe.
Can I say one last thing? I have been on my best behavior, Josh. I really haven't been talking that much.
You're always on your best
I'm always
behavior.
talking, but I'm not talking. I didn't want to. I just want to say one thing. A certain channel did a video on me recently, and he made mention at the end that I don't really know the law or what's going on. Here's the truth. If it wasn't for people like Josh who lost their freedom, who shed blood, people before us, the word audit would refer to the IRS. That's what you would think. You know, so in that video that happened, it was 2 o'clock on a Monday. I just started a Italian catering company. Everything that came out of my mouth was off the top of my head. I didn't have a month to Google, a month and a half, 2 months to Google, and then pay an actor to narrate the stuff. You know, so you should be a little bit more appreciative of the people that gave you what you have, who took the sacrifices for what you have. I'm not really that mad because I knew everything that was going to be said because he called me a month and a half before. I knew the grade I was going to get. I knew what he was going to say, but I think he slipped in a couple of jabs at the end for some reason.
Who is this? Is this the big one we were speaking about?
Yeah. I mean, if you know it, you know it. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah, I think
I just didn't appreciate. I kind of felt like he took a couple of jabs at the end, and I'm not going to make a video about it. It's not going to be this big back and forth, but I just wanted to say that on some platform. You know, like stop and think. I know a couple subscribers. They think that guy and us do the same thing. No, he does videos on us. We take the beatings. We take. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, how long ago was that video posted, bro?
That
I
was
mean,
posted when you posted your church one.
oh, right. I thought there was a new one. I was like, what the fuck? Right. Okay.
No, it's still that one.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. Armchair quarterbacks, like, you know, there's people out there that we are the content, and we are the justice, and we are
Yeah.
trying to do what we can do. And there's those who can't teach, right? If you can't do it yourself, you're just not that good
Exactly.
enough. Find a niche.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you're auditing our audits. Like, I mean, there's people that do it, but
Yeah.
I love lackluster. Here's the deal. High impact, Reese Monkey, like doing a lot of hard work. But at the end of the day, they're against the man. They're against the tyranny. They're not actually bootlickers, and they do have experience to be able to sit in a chair and say,
Yeah.
"This is what you
And
did right."
Lackluster had a viral video, remember?
Yep.
With the SWAT team.
Yep.
Brian went out. He went to the monument in Washington D.C. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I just didn't think it was fair. I think it was kind of a cheap shot at the end to say that, because everything you heard me say was off the top of my head. Cursory searches, Supreme Court case that says precedent for Fourth Amendment to the Constitution. I said 1962. Okay, it's 1968. I apologize, but
I mean, everyone starts. You just get better with time, and not for nothing. But I was going through my camera roll, and I was, you know what I came across? It was an interview that
we
just
did
one of
outside the
Product
bar.
News did with me outside the bar, and I was looking back and I was saying that's how far this community has come, and it made me realize, you know, we've been around for a little bit, and you know, people should take that into consideration.
Well, me and Josh started at the same time, and our analytics are exactly the same before he went to prison. Like, I know we're exactly the same. It was scary. And I knew him before he was that. I saw his first video, and I somehow got his email, and I sent it to him. And I sent him my video, and I knew how good he was. I could tell. You could tell. Same thing like ASD Docs, you know? He was trying for years and had a million videos, but was never making any money, or it wasn't something that he could do for a living and put all his heart and soul into it. And I called him my secret weapon because I knew how good he was. You know, it's something that it's not something. This is what I say to like Quad State and Mile High Medic guys that I work with. As long as you can get out of the car and record, I can teach you everything else. I can't make you be able to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I can help you learn the laws, but I can't make you someone or something that people are going to want to watch and follow. That's why there isn't a world full of leaders. You look at a room of 100 people that want to be a leader, and then there's the people that actually have to do what it takes. And like I said, I've seen a lot of people come. I've seen a lot of people go, and I'm not as interested in the people that were there in the past. I'm more interested in seeing who's going to pave the way moving forward. And it's places like, it's people like CH and Ty Audits. I got to shut this down, but please subscribe to Disorderly Product News.
Why do you got to shut it down? Are you charging by the hour?
Yeah, no, I got things to do. I went up live last week.
Okay, wait, one more thing. We were in the car when Josh came to Chicago for what happened to auditing Chicago. And we were talking in the back about the wiretapping law. And I said, surreptitiously audio recording. Josh goes into the Inspector General's building, and he's tearing them up. And the security guards go in and get this lady. And as soon as I seen it, she was in-house counsel. So he was like, oh, let her talk. And she said, it's okay, you can record us, but you can't record our voice. That's where there's a problem. And that's what they tried to use. And Josh goes, what you're talking about is the wiretapping law, and that's surreptitiously audio recording somebody. And you just saw her face drop, and the two security guards were like, oh, he just smoked the in-house counsel. It was great. It was great. I was mad that I didn't get to use it, but he smoked them. He smoked their boots.
Yeah,
and then there was Tina Turner.
Man. Work together.
Tina Turner.
Tina Turner, yeah. And just so people know, like the wiretap law was repealed for the most part in most states in 2018, but wiretap can't be it does not exist if video is attached to the audio. So you cannot wiretap anyone surreptitiously in a clandestine fashion if there is video. Not like if the video is blocked. If you're video recording and you're picking up audio, you can't go in with a recorder, just a voice recorder. But there is no wiretapping when you get your camera. I'll see you guys in the next one. That's the reason I stopped.
Yeah, he snuck that in because he knew